time they get weary. Are we together? So for now, let me stop there so that I'm not fine. Maybe later I'll just do one touch.
Once again, please. I think she did a lot of justice, but because of our time, we need to be very, very economical. No, it's all right, but because of we have a lot to be done today. Please, to the rest of the panelists, it's not that we are saying she is partial, but I want us to follow these tenets. Please, the topic comes in different dimensions. She have to talk about our own dimension. So I think I want us to be more focused. She have made it more of an elaborate broad. But I want us to stay on that two keys. That's the memories and the benefits. And I think as panelists, it's more, by our own training, start by your own story. You understand? Start by your own story. And I think that's a major thing that's very important. Then from your own story, can you now transcend to others? Please, I want us to just follow that guideline. And I think within 2 minutes to 3 minutes, we should be able to do that. You know, in those days when we were in Toastmasters, when they put it to the podium, talk within 2 minutes. Try to present yourself. And I think that's part of the things we have for you. So please, let me see. How would I say? Wow. Okay. Let me see from Honorable Joe. Sir. So please, the ball is to you. I hope you listen to what I said. Please, I want us to follow the guideline. So please, let's make it 3 minutes to 4 minutes, please. So that for the question and answer.
All right. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sunday Adeleye. I am here to represent Honorable Joe Olufemi Akiton. I got this from him early this morning. He told me he wouldn't be able to make it, but probably he may come late. He is attending to a state assignment, and I'm very sure if he can make it, he will definitely be here. I need to stand on the existing protocol. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Please indulge me to start by quoting the popular American legal theorist Elizabeth Foley, which says, the most beautiful discovery that school friends and mates create is that they grow separately without growing apart. Schoolmates, after the school, they go separately. But because they grow separately does not mean they are totally disengaged from each other. And that is why we are having this kind of a gathering today. I graduated from Kitu College in Igalade in 1992, and today I am representing a brother here who graduated from EGBADO College, 1992 set. You can see how it works. Although I didn't plan for this, but because he called me and said, no way, I just have to be here to represent him. So please, let's have this now. The most beautiful discovery that school friends and mates create is that they can grow separately without growing apart. Indeed, as a classmate, friend, and people, we have continued to grow separately but never apart. I am happy to be here because I am seeing all of you here, despite the fact that I'm singing for the first time in my life. But it's good I am here to be part of this program. Now he went on to say, because of our time, no doubt, our great alma mater, since it was founded in 1991, continues to produce great men and women of timber and caliber. God has been so good to us for many outstanding achievements made by the product of our great school, which has made Nigeria proud in many ways. And he moved on to say again, As a worthy exemplar of the colonial impact in education in Nigeria, EGBADO College has stood the test of time by constantly reconnecting with its origin. The result has been that the school today stands as an oasis of quality amidst the aridity of institutional decay that has afflicted many of its contemporaries. Then he said, I recall when I was seeking admission in moral standards, and above all, I never regret meeting all of you, my wonderful classmates. My heart swells with love. With love, when I remember all the memories we shared together. Now, part of his memories, he said, where do I start from? Our ever-disciplined principal, Chief Olu Owolabi, of the blessed memory, imparted in us those attributes that has continued to positively sharpen our lives and made us great minds in our various endeavors. We are able to wither the tough posturing of his charismatic successor, Chief Adejumo, NG 3030. And Mr. Oje humbled many of us with his caning. You remember? Man, I wasn't part to this, but I can feel when I was in secondary school too. Otena Eke, I don't know if you know him, or probably you might have heard of his name before. Otena Eke will be going all out in the night with his cane, pursuing us from following girlfriends there. So he will get us, he will beat us, he will do a lot of things, and he will punish us in the school. Now I can see something is in there between him and this man he mentioned, these people he mentioned here. Oh my goodness. It's good to be here. And he said, Mr. Oje humbled many of us with his caning. Above all, we must glorify the Almighty that has given us the grace to celebrate. And now he moved further to say, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, permit me to say that the future of any nation is usually determined by the quality of education offered to transform her citizens. No doubt, great and mighty things have happened since we last gathered. And he moved down to say, let me say that I am part of the school of thought. Return to the basics. Return to the basics. And I know you will all agree with me that funding of education should be a communal effort, where all stakeholders pool resources together for the sake of our children. At this point, let me use this medium to appreciate every one of you from every one of you contributing to the development of our alma mater. We will continue to use this platform to give back to the school which had made us grow. Our coming together should be a blessing to everyone. We have passed through the good and the bad part of life experiences. We drank from the same water of Ijana River. You remember? He said, we drank from the same water of Ijana River and the spring water at Teachers College. We had the bad experience of invisible ghosts. Of invisible ghosts threatening our existence during our hostel life. We ate from the same plate in time of plenty and also shared the same bond when we missed food at the dining hall or when our food plates got missing. I remember when the school authority introduced tally into our hostel meals. I got tally number 444. But in most cases, after struggling to gain entrance into the dining hall, it's either my food plate is missing or has been emptied. My most embarrassing moment was the day I was forced into dancing competition with my classmate, Shola Shofolue. Shortest boy versus shortest girl. During one of our social gatherings, it's really a worthwhile experience. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, I want to appreciate the teachers and management of our great school, both past and present, for their effort to sustain the good name and standard of our alma mater. Once again, I congratulate the president and every one of us on the annual general meeting of the 1992 set of the EGBADO College, Ilaro, as we continue to tell the story far and wide and spread the news from town to town. It's my joy that what our fathers yearn to have, we have got, now and forevermore, up school. Thank you, and God bless.
Up school. Honorable Joe, a round of applause once again. Though it was this was discussed and this was almost becoming an epistle, and I mean, I don't know how to phrase it, but anyway, it's forgiving. It's forgiving, but let us see. So, I go quickly. Engineer, our in-house will be the last.
Off school. Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Wole Ayawale Ayomedu, as it's fondly called. We were 3 back then. So, firstly, I want to appreciate the leadership of 92 sets. When I got the call about 2 weeks ago, I was surprised, and I was trying to ask, how did you get to me? Who recommended me? How did my name came up? Well, I asked a few of my friends, and they're like, no, maybe you are the past chairman. Maybe they've seen 1 or 2 things we did, and they deem fit to call you. I want to really appreciate everybody. I'm very much honored, and I say thank you for this opportunity. Thank you. So, going to our subject, actually, when Senior Mayowa spoke, and from my apologies, from my little experience, she had handled the matter as the team speaker, and everything we are going to do is just to patch it up. She has said almost everything, and thank you very much for that insightful presentation. So, memories and benefits. I remember this senior very, very well. Very, very well. Not UODO, you know fine now. I know what I'm talking about. So, I'm sure all of you remember this. I'll build a bungalow big enough for 2. Big enough for 2, my darling, big enough for 2. And when we are married, happily we shall live. Happily we shall live. Underneath the bamboo tree, you will be MIA. Those are memories. Mom, Kushuru of that Saturday social gathering. Saturday evening. Yeah. Some of us, those are the things we look forward to. Saturday, just go there. And just recently, like 3 months ago, when my set did the renovation of the hall, I said in part of my speech that there are a lot of memories in that hall. Coming to that school, seeing that hall the way it was, gave us a kind of wow. Our set has been labeled as, you know what we did, and we are trying as much as possible to redeem that image, and that's why we focus on development in the school. And I mentioned that there are a lot of us when you want to bring up your love life, your first kiss was behind one of those doors in this yes, the first attempt at talking to a lady, at, you know, all those things. Not really my personal stuff. So, but when we talk about classmates, the first question, when I was made the chairman of my set, the first question I asked them was, are we really mates? The answer was no. In the last 3 years now, almost 10 or 15 of my set have celebrated 50th birthday. And I was like, how did you guys jump to 50? For some of us, we are still counting time Shiwa. And you people are already 50, and you say we are classmates. Classmates? I think it was this hall or one other hall in this school, one of our sets celebrated our daughter's wedding. And when they are going to call Iyayawo, she specifically asked for, see, the only friends I have are my classmates. I want you people. And there are about 20, 25 ladies in their yellow gele from our sets dancing with her. And I begin to say, yes, we were classmates. And that classmates actually brought us together. We can never be mates. We can never be there by age, by status, by whatever. While our daughter is getting married, I'm just having my first. So we were not mates, but we still remain classmates. Part of the things I tried to maintain was, see, you can be deaconess, you can be Elijah, you can be what doctor, but when we come to meetings, your name is Nuru Babalola. That is one of the benefits I've had. We have remained best friends, we have remained brothers. I will be in Ilorin, he's in Ojiri, will come home, will collect my room key from my mom. Those are the things, we have lots like that. Then I ask again, the benefits of the classmates, is it a right or a privilege? Then I said to them, yes, it's everybody's right. Because the membership is by right. So the benefits should be by right. But even when it's a right, you also have to work for it. We cannot say somebody is sick and we need to contribute for the person, and the person has never never contributed dues. It's from what your participation, your involvement, will begin to look at the things that you can benefit from. Yes, we needed 500,000 for your medical expenses. Our annual is just 12,000, 8,000 per month. How many years have you paid? When you have paid just 1 year, the 500,000 your medical expenses will come out. How that come out, leave it to the experts who sort it. But you also have to show commitment that yes, you are part of this setup. You are a member of us, you contribute your own quota. Then we can all benefit together. So, I'm not sure if I'll be able to have this mic in 1 minute. Thank you. So, as classmates, there are lots to benefit from it. Yes, and there are lots of memories, that when I begin to say stories, there is a lot of memories. But when we come together as a group, from my experience as a leader of my set, the first thing I tell them is, number one, you have to have trust. Trust in the system, trust in the leadership, trust amongst us. Yes, we were classmates, but we have went through different sphere of lives. While some grew up in Ikoyi, some grew up in Abule, some grew up in Ota, we can never be the same. While you are in Unilag, I was struggling at Kwara Poly, and somebody has a Unimade, we can never be the same. When some people were Black Art, some were Eye, some were Buka, we were not the same. But when we come together as Ekusa 93 set, we call ourselves Focus. Whatever you have been in your other life, put it aside. You are here as Ekusa. When me and you soak Gary and go and play ball for 2 hours so that it will swell, that is who I want to talk to. When we went to school farm to go and pluck EGBADO to come and use, we didn't steal now. I still use this, my brother, as an example in one of the trainings I went a couple of weeks ago. I remember Taufik Ajishifini when he joined in our hostel. Apologies, my brother. When he was joining school team, they called him Mate material. And I said, did you realize that Taufik now graduated or I don't know, from training material to a standing first 11. Those are memories that we bring and say, okay, this is how life is. If they downgrade you, you know what you made of. You can always prove that yes, you deserve it and you get it. Those are memories. Trust in the system. Understanding amongst everybody. If I know you and I know you, when they come to say this is what he said, I'll wait to speak with you. I will not take that what he said. But if you not say it, I know that's what he said. You have to have trust in the system, understand yourselves, then respect. Respect amongst us. Respect for the authority, respect for the leadership. I had a senior brother who is not even 50. And the people that are 50 are saying, HOH, Ogasa. It is not me as Wally, it is the office. And when I got out of the office, or anytime we are not in the office, I try to appreciate that, thank you. Respect is reciprocated. Then it is after that respect you show appreciation for whatever little, any amount of thing you got. My dad died in May, at the burial in June. By the time I sold 40 units of Ankara for Ekusa alone, I told my people, don't invite JCI, don't invite Achievers Club. Ekusa is enough. Because even the people that got 12 yards cut it into 3. Some people got 12 yards, cut it into 6. So see, Ekusa has bought 40 Ankara, plan for 80. And that is enough for my table. And when after that, I went back to everybody, appreciate the little people from Ibadan, Ilaro, appreciate, even when nothing has been done, show appreciation. It will soon get to you. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
A round of applause. I think, he have gone in another dimension. I think it's very germane that a word for everybody here. And I think he's speaking from experience. I can understand what he have gone through. So at least he speaks something from experience. So, and I think it's a thing for every one of us. And it's germane. He said, being classmates is different to being mates in life. I mean, those things are very germane. When you are in your mates, leave whatever status you are all. Remember the day of Gary. Remember those, and I think that's the main truth of this discussion. And it's very, very germane. That please, those ego, whatever thing, if you are a chief doctor, you are a professor, let it hang on the wall. So when you leave, when you are here, we are classmates. Outside, whatever thing you want to be. On this note, let me go to the other panelists, and I think we have really it's getting interesting. Ajia Rukayat, please. You give us some real meaning, and I know you have talked about it. Okay.
From, I don't know, can I be permitted to speak Yoruba? Sherry Yorùbá ní bù fún mi kí n bù fún ẹ làkèrè ń ké lódò ẹ má bínú ẹ̀yin àgbàlagbà o. Sherry nǹkan tí èmi hàn fẹ́ sọ I want to appeal to àwa tí a wà níbí in as much as tí a bá ń wò pé those that are in diaspora another angle tẹ́mi fẹ́ gbà wọlé nìyẹn o. Tàbá wò pé àwọn tó wà in diaspora wọ́n jẹ́ pé jù wá lọ àbí things are a bit soft for them there ju àwa tá a wà mí lọ. tí àwọn tọ̀hún bá ń ṣe tiwọn in their own kò sẹ́ni tó easy fún ọlọ́run máa fara rẹ̀ wá o tí àwọn tọ̀hún bá ń ṣe tiwọn ní àyè tiwọn bí wọ́n ṣe mọ squeezing themselves fún àwa tí a wà níbí ẹ jẹ́ kí àwa náà ẹ jẹ́ ká pipe a little ṣe rí ìwọ̀nba tó bá ń sọ sí wa ẹ jẹ́ a máa gbà á pẹ̀lú inú dídùn and send prayers and appreciate them inú dídùn ló ń móríyá o ṣe rí kì í ṣe wípé ó rọrùn fáwọn náà lọ́hùn kó wá jẹ́ pé kéèyàn má tí ì lóhùn fẹ́ tẹ́rí wọlé aráàlú òyìnbó ni ṣáà àti ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ṣámbílì gbàs from all angles wọ́n sàpadà o eléyìí fẹ́ gborí wọlé ṣé àwọn tó wà lọ́hùn náà ó mú ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wọn kí wọ́n belong kán wà active ṣùgbọ́n bílíìsì àwa tí a wà ń bì sí wọn ọmọ it is too much ṣé oníkálukú ló ní ẹni tó ń sáré lọ bá tí nǹkan bá fẹ́ dá gbáwó o bí ń ṣe wà yìí mo lẹ́ni tí mo lè súnkà sí pé ó dẹ̀ láwọn tí mo máa rò pé méjì pé ọmọ ṣe ti bá gborí wọlé ṣé kò ní bá bùkù dé ṣe rí too much of everything is bad tá a bá ti ṣe pé mo lọ ó di o jọ mo ṣe báyìí ó náwó sí mi mo tún wá sáré mọ́hùn mi ó náwó sí mi Priscilla ó náwó sí mi àwọn náà ń sọ fúnra wọn láàrin ara wọn wọ́n lè má sọ at the initial stage wọ́n tó bá dé level wípé àwọn ara wọn wọ́n jọ wà papọ̀ wọ́n wé ọ̀dí ọjà wọ́n á jábọ́ síra wọn lọ́wọ́ tó máa fi ní pé so ó tiẹ̀ lọ bẹ́lẹ̀ ó gbà lọ́wọ́ tèmi ó gbà bí ó wá joyè òjẹ́ lè wúwú at the end of the time náà àwọn náà tún máa padà máa sọ̀rọ̀ wọn pé àti ẹ̀sọ́ fún lágbájá kó ṣe nǹkan báyìí fún wa àti ìgbàgbé yìí tó ti ṣe sẹ́yìn níwọ̀n bàbá yìí ẹ̀ ṣe yọ ọmọ fún ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe ní díẹ̀díẹ̀ o this thing is reciprocal ṣe fún mi kí n ṣe fún ẹni o àwa tá à ń gbà ẹ jẹ́ àsinmi díẹ̀ ẹ jẹ́ kò tí ì burú jù táwa náà bá sẹ́ndì sí wọn àbí ṣe fáwọn èèyàn wọn tó wà níbí ṣé wá rí ẹ̀yin ti diaspora ẹ má bínú o àṣejù wa pọ̀ díẹ̀ ẹ̀yin náà ẹ má wàá joyè òbí èèyàn kan jà fọwọ́gún gbogbo lé lójú kì í ṣe gbogbo àwọn tí ó ń pè yín tẹ̀ ń ignore call wọn náà fẹ́ tọrọ owó no ẹlòmíì phone call lásán pé just pick my call recommendation just recommend me ó ti tán I want to speak with somebody let me use your name as a ladder kì í fi débẹ̀ nǹkan tẹ́lòmíì nídìí nìyẹn tó fi ń pè yín o kò ń ṣe wípé lágbájá ti pè mí last week ó tọrọ owó tàmẹ̀dú pé mò ń wo. máa wá rí kọ́ọ̀lù ó fẹ́ tọrọ owó níjàre mi ò ní gbé ẹ má jẹ́ àṣẹ bẹ́ẹ̀ kálukú bá fún anybody lágbára láti ṣe ẹ jẹ́ àṣẹ ó tiẹ̀ tilẹ̀ jẹ́ pé Kazeem billings yẹn ó ti wà nílẹ̀ I will give you your bill after this program so so tá a bá ṣe sọ̀tún ìwọ̀n òsì ní nǹkan tá a bá ṣe ń gbà just like he said kí ni contribution tiwa náà sí kìíní aṣáàrí inú ẹnìkan lẹ́yìn sí tó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ nǹkan ní 5,000 it is not about bogus figure it is not about bogus amount tó bá ń dá wọn 200 tó bá jẹ́ 10 naira náà lágbára mi ká I will drop my 10 naira ẹ lè kó dìgbà táwọn ṣe pé thank God kì í ṣe platform tó máa ti ní somebody brought 1 million naira ẹni tó mú 10 naira wá àwa máa shrink àwa lẹ̀ no. Táwọn bá ń sọ tiwọn lọ́hùn tán ṣèwọ̀n bá tágbára wọn ká àwa tá a wà níbí náà ẹ jẹ́ ká sí mẹ̀dọ̀ díẹ̀ ká máa ṣe sùúrù pẹ̀lú wọn. Representative ẹ̀yin diaspora Kazeem tẹ bá ti rí kọ́ọ̀lù ẹjọ́ ẹ bá wa sọ fún wọn kí wọ́n máa gbé ẹ má jẹ́ ẹ kán má pa gbogbo ẹ̀ náà tí gbogbo ẹ̀ náà kọ́ ló jẹ́ pé owó làwọn tó ń pè fẹ́ béèrè ń gbé ní gbogbo ìgbà. Thank you very much.
Can you give her a round of applause once again, please? I mean, I think the whole thing is becoming interesting. Please, because of time, all our questions will be suspended after the head talk, please. I want you to note all your questions and answers, but because of time, we have to manage a whole lot of stuff. So please, I hope we are. How many of us are getting something? Is it maybe okay? Good. So please, I go to Pastor Sheyi Amos, and I think okay, it's not Pastor. Farmer Sheyi Amos. Give me a round of applause. Farmer Sheyi Amos, because we have that as a destination too. Farmer Sheyi Amos. So he's going to. I think it's just rounding it up. Cinema has started. Honorable Job has spoken. Wale has spoken. They have been very sensitive. Luca have gone to another dimension. So please, within 3 or 4 minutes, your view to round up everything.
Thank you. Good afternoon all. Good afternoon all. ECI, Kakadu, Kakadu. How many of us remember this song? Lówùúrọ̀ ọjọ́ kan, mo lọ sí Gálílì, mo pàdé bàbá kan tó ń pè ṣìbáṣìbò. Mo ní bàbá, kí ló ń ṣe èyí tẹ́ fi pè ṣìbáṣìbò? Kò gbà mí létí kan, ìyá mi bàbá mi, iléèwé ni mo wà, ibi tí ẹ fi mí sí, provisions mi ti tán, ṣé bọ́tà wá? Thank you guys, thank you. Opo left. I'm going to start on a very, very jovial note. Something happened when we were in school between me and Debo of Abedi. Although Debo did not finish with us, I think he spent only 2 years. But when he was there, we were best of friends. And you know, as we used to do back then, when you are best of friends, you combine your stuff, your provisions, and you run things together. One day, we were flat broke. We had nothing between us. Only just 1 cup of garri, and I think maybe 5 naira or 50 kobo to buy groundnuts from Mr. Gudipe's house. So we soaked the garri in water. We bought the groundnuts, only 1 bunch, only one, to be shared between the 2 of us. So what we did, because we both had this sense of equity and fairness, we had to pour the groundnut into another bowl. We peeled it, and we began to pick one by one, so that I won't take more than him, he won't take more than me. Just 1 bunch of groundnuts, it's like we're counting. Job was passing, and Job said, really walk paper. I can never forget that incident. But there's a link. Because of that mindset, because of that sense of equity and fair play, today, to the glory of God, myself and Debo are very close business partners. Very close, very close. To the glory of God, we have businesses in Nigeria and we have abroad. So he runs our businesses over there, I run the ones here. And because there's trust, Tiba Sofupe 5 million lapa, he would never argue. And I will send him his own share. If he tells me, $2,000 low wallet, he will send me my own share. We run things very, very, very tightly. And it's extended into our family. So what am I saying? God did not put us in that school by accident. God saw decades ahead of us. And God knew that in 20 years' time, these 2 guys are going to work together. So let me combine them now. Trust me, sir, it is not easy to do business with people. Especially one lives in Nigeria, one lives in Canada. Go easy. People will ask questions. But in our case, God has been helping us. We do business very, very, very smoothly. Very, very smoothly. So money is not an issue at all. At all. It's not an issue. Those are part of the benefits of being in school together. The ruling class in Nigeria now did not just start today. The Tinubus, the Buharis, the El-Rufais, they started just like us. So as they grew, they were pulling each other up one after the other. So the story does not end here. Please trust me. In the next 10 years, we are going to discover more reasons why God brought us together in the EGBADO College. Who knows? We could have presidents among us here. Governor, commissioner, minister. I could become a minister. Who knows? From us to our children. So that character matters a lot, a lot. Some people have money, they want to invest, but trust is an issue. So the person you can trust is someone who you grew up together with and who you can count on their integrity. As we try to benefit from this association, let us examine our character. Tó bá fi nǹkan lé mi lọ́wọ́, ṣé ọmọ àgbẹ̀ bọ̀ ṣe fi sí mi lọ́wọ́, ṣé story ò ní change? Because as we try to pull each other up, people ask questions. Tí n bá send owó sẹ́ni yìí, ṣé kò ní máa fún mi story? There's a lot you can enjoy, among each other. Memories, privileges, and I must say, commitments as well. Because in every relationship, there are privileges and there are liabilities. Let us not embrace only the privilege and ignore the liabilities. No, it does not always work like that. You give and you take. Secondly, as we all know, if you went late to the dining hall, you are going to miss your meal. Senior David will lock you out or something. So, EGBADO College taught me punctuality. And that quality stood me out in life. That was how I was able to have a very good career in banking. I did 20 years of investment banking with GTB. And punctuality gave me rapid promotions. In those 20 years, I rose to the post of a regional manager for the Southwest. Because of the qualities that I imbibed in the EGBADO College. But after the whole thing, no consuming banking it is me. Because if your father does not own the bank, or your uncle, the children of the bank MDs will go to Harvard and come back, and they're going to put them above you. So I just had to resign and face my business. So, business will affect you. I talked to the person that I understood very well. And gradually, business A started, B started, C started, D started, and God is blessing everything. What if we do not meet, in school? Who am I going to roll with? That's one aspect. I don't know if Bisla Batunde is here. Please, can you help me appreciate her? Bisla Batunde. I was preparing to go to the country for a training, and I felt very sick, very sick. This is like 3 weeks ago. I was diagnosed with cervical spondylosis, fancy name for whatever. I have a family doctor that I went to. He treated me for like 2 weeks, no improvement. I was getting worried. Training nearby. Something just told me to call BC because I know she's a matron. I called her. She asked me to send the X-ray reports to her, which I did. Immediately, BC gave me the drugs to take. And as God will have it, that's why I could make it to this meeting today. Immediately, it's actually kilo day. I come by. Thank you. So, go and buy Noflex. Go and buy Sedalute. Buy this one. Buy it. If you take it in 3 days' time, you'll be well. Something that I've been battling with for 2 weeks. The drugs she recommended was the ones I took, and I'm here standing now, and I'm fit enough to go on my trip. That is part of the privileges. A while ago, one of us suffered a misfortune, and I know how God helped us to raise money to support them. What if that did not happen? What if that was the only source of encouragement that came? Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ ká máa fi ibi sọ fúnra wa o. Èrè ló máa jẹ́ lágbára Ọlọ́run. So I want to implore us, bẹ̀bẹ̀ ṣe lọ, àlùbáríkà ti tàn sí mi báyìí. We are still going to achieve more and more and more. By the grace of God, if I enter England today, I'm not a stranger. I don't need to use a hotel. I can tell at least 7 Ecosa that can host me. I have a guaranteed house in Canada. The same thing with US. Kò sí nǹkan tá à ń fi ṣe jù yẹn náà lọ. Èèyàn láṣọ, ẹni tó bá ti léèyàn kò ní nǹkan kan o. At all, kò ní nǹkan kan. And I know that by the grace of God, as God lifts us higher, we are going to be lifting each other consciously too. But we must be able to vouch for our character. The truth is, as we grew up, we took different pathways. Some liked frivolities, some are rather serious-minded, some have gone to the religious path. But let us push away all of that. I am me, and you are you. Oba Jaffa, Oba Jajeri Jehovah, Oba Shayu, and whatever it is, put that aside. Work on your character, work on your integrity. Because if I'm asked to nominate 1 or 2 people, I'll decide based on what I know about you, your temperament, your level of integrity, and reliability. Furthermore, apart from the stuff that me and Debo run together, some other doors have opened because of recommendation. We know anything that has to do with money. At least in Nigeria, I know somebody called Sheyi Amos. Nothing is going to happen. And when people can go to bed about you, I think God has really helped you. Because integrity, honesty, hard work opens a lot of doors. Let me conclude by saying this. We must learn to leave our comfort zone on Nokomo Waja. I'm an investment banker for like 20 years, a very senior one. I left it to go into farming. Farming is not sexy at all. Kaze knows these things. But business is business. We don't use cutlass. We don't use hoe. We use tractors. We use bulldozers. We do waste management. We do recycling. So whatever profession that we are into, I advise us to think broadly. Dangote does all manner of businesses. Cement, sugar, petrol, pasta, and all of that. Even if you're a lecturer, nobody says you should die a lecturer. As God opens more doors, you can begin to expand, your sphere of influence, like an octopus. You can do more than one thing. If you're a client and forwarding agent, who says you can't be an estate agent? So I'll beg us, we can network, we can talk about opportunities, because information is key. So I want to beg of us, as we interact on the platform, let us share more about opportunities out there. If you can't, use the opportunity, there will be somebody that can use that same opportunity. Can move on. And I trust God will bless us in Jesus' name. Thank you.
Give a round of applause once again. That was very insightful. And I think we have been so blessed today with various views from the panelists. And because of our time, I want to thank you so much for your time, for your views. And I think everyone here really appreciates you. Please, can you give them a round of applause once again? Because of the time, I would love to honorably excuse our panelists so that we can get in for the head talk. The head talk. Okay. please, before you go, we just wanted to do something. It's very, very important. Something is here. I don't know. Are you seeing something in front of you? Is that anything you are seeing here? Do you see anything in front of you here? Panelists. Oh, great. Please, we need you to partake before we excuse you. So, my music people, please, we need interlude as we cut this cake. I'm not saying birthday here. What I'm saying is Kosa and classmates. What I'm saying here.
We have one of us that is celebrating her birthday today, and we're going to have a special session for her. After cutting of this cake, that the panel of our discussants might have left because of those that are so much in a hurry. So we're going to have a round circle game for Ronke Adewumi to celebrate her today. A small gift is here with us from a post 86.92 cents. Thank you.
Let us have a very good package. next session. As we are taking our meals, please, I think our ears will be open. So, for the health awareness lecture, we need our health practitioners to come to the high table. Our health practitioners, Metron, BC East, where are you? Can you come to the podium, please? Yes, all the health practitioners, please, can they move straight to the podium, please?
Please, want to do Papa presentation to Alaja Ronke Adewumi today. So, just in 1 minute, we want to present to her a Kosa Tropilo. So, our president and the senior girl will come out. They'll come and represent us and present this to Alaja Ronke Adewumi on her birthday. I'm going to unfold the deal.
Well, I want to beg our indulgence to stand up. Though we are eating, but we must stand up. If I'm your leader, please stand up. If I'm your leader, please stand up. Kasim, if I'm still your president, stand up. Mr. Sharp, please. Or she's a good fellow. Muslim ni wá kọrin pé ó ṣọ̀fọ̀ mọ́. Jẹ́ ọpẹ́ láyé Ọlọ́run ọba ojú mi ni ẹwà yín musician. Bàrí ìlú máa gbó. Jẹ́ ọpẹ́ láyé Ọlọ́run ọba. Jẹ́ ọpẹ́ láyé Ọlọ́run ọba. Ẹ̀mí gígùn àìsíkí. Àtàlàáfíà tó ń ṣàgbà. Jẹ́ ọpẹ́ láyé Ọlọ́run ọba. Yeah. On behalf of ECOSA 92. Well, on behalf of ECOSA 92, I want to say this birthday. Happy birthday. Don't mind this young man. Sheyi talk about diversification the other time. One day on the co-worker, no more fantastic checking point. On the co-worker, on the co-worker, no more can see my shafa. Come and share me. Come and share clean and forwarding. What I think about Kobale, everything power. I think you go for. I think I'll come. So let's shake up.
Good afternoon. We are business of the day. I think the major reason we planned this AGM is because of our health reasons. For what happened to one of us last year, because of what happened to one of us last year, Jumoke Anofi, I pray that every one of us will grow old, nobody will die young among us. We shall live long to see the children and children of our children, in Jesus' name. So, I think in ECOSA 8692 we are so blessed because this afternoon we are going to have a presentation on glaucoma. It's a generational disease of the eye that most people don't really understand the reason why it runs in their family. And I have the pleasure of introducing my beautiful nurse, my neighbor nurse, Oderi Elizabeth. She has a degree in nursing and master in nursing science. She is also an ophthalmic nurse from State Hospital Ota in Ogun State. She's here to give us that little bullet on that topic, on how we can try as much as possible to prevent generational eyes disorder in our family. Thank you. So please can everybody help me to clap for her? For her to be here. Hello, please. Can you help me to clap for her? Come. Àwọn wà lókìní. Àwọn PDP ò lè pàtẹ́wọ́ àìnú. APC pàtẹ́wọ́. Ẹjọ́. War House. Mojẹ́rì. Ẹjọ́ fọkànbalẹ̀. Gbogbo ẹ̀ la máa ṣe.
Thank you. Good afternoon, sirs. I want to greet us congratulations on this AGM, and at the same time, I really want to appreciate the privilege given to me to stand here and speak to this honorable set of people. Anytime I'm privileged to speak somewhere, I always appreciate my profession. Now, there's one thing I really appreciate about being a nurse. That being a nurse brings me, it really brings out that Bible verse that said, if a man is diligent in whatever he does, that he will not stand before mere men, but will stand before kings and chiefs. So being a nurse, I have the privilege to stand before these honorable people to talk to you. And as a nurse, I know if I advise you, you will not look at my stature or my status, but you look at the benefits you derive from whatever I want to say, and you take to it. Thank you for the privilege. I'm not taking it for granted. So I'm asked to discuss something about avoidance of generational blindness. Though medically, there may not be something called generational blindness. They just tag it like that. But what she meant is that something that can make blindness to run in the family. And of all the causes of blindness that have been identified by WHO, the one that is most serious, because others may be reversible, others may have cure, but as far as glaucoma is concerned, even from here to all those developed countries, they have not found a cure. There's only a provision for treatment. You can only control, but it can never be cured. And that is the more reason why we go around to create awareness about it and how to avoid it. So I'll try my best to do justice to the best of my ability. So according to definition, the introduction I have here, I say glaucoma is a common condition of the eye which can cause blindness due to the nerve connecting the eye and the brain, which is damaged. The nerve is called the optic nerve. It's usually due to high ocular pressure occurring occurring due to the blockage in something they call trabecular meshwork. That one is in the eye. You may not understand, but simply what it means is that glaucoma affects the nerve. And of all body parts, if you have problem with any of our body parts and it causes problem, all body parts they have replacement. But the only body part that does not have that does not regenerate after being damaged is our nerves. And that is why we have to be very careful. That's why when you see someone that suffers stroke, he recover but may not recover fully. But that is for the nerve that controls motor area of the brain. But when we talk about glaucoma, any vision loss to glaucoma can never be redeemed. It can never be brought back. The person has lost the sight and that is the end. The eyes have gone and it has gone for life. Glaucoma is a disease usually characterized by raised intraocular pressure, curbing of the disc, and peripheral visual loss. When we say somebody is having glaucoma, by the time there's something they call intraocular pressure, as we measure blood pressure, we have pressure in the eye that we measure as well. And it is done by a special instrument called the tonometer, either through the slit lamp or by Chios or any other type. But what they want to derive is to get the ocular pressure. When the ocular pressure is far beyond normal, which is between 12 and 22 millimeter of mercury, if it is higher than that, that person must immediately be placed on treatment so as to be controlling the pressure. Because the higher the pressure, the higher the damage it will be doing to the optic nerve. And if the optic nerve gets totally damaged, that is the end of that eye. Globally, the leading causes of visual impairment as at October 2019 by the World Health Organizations are uncorrected refractive errors. These are all ocular problem, eye problem, but all these ones are still mild. But according to their level, by who it was listed like this: uncorrected refractive error, cataracts. Cataract cause blindness, but the blindness due to cataract can be corrected if somebody is subjected to a simple cataract surgery. After 24 hours, the person sees and sees clearly. Some even tell us that they see better than before after cataract surgery. That is cataract. Age-related macular degeneration. There's something we call age-related macular degeneration. That one occurs for people that have diabetes, not well attended to, hypertension and all sorts. It can cause degeneration. Glaucoma is the fourth and is the one that has irredeemable image. If it spoils somebody's eye, that is the end. Diabetic retinopathy is on the list. Corneal opacity and trachoma, all those ones, they are less severe. But that's why I want to dwell more on glaucoma. The incidence of glaucoma in Nigeria means it stands at 100,000 cases per year. Within a year, you see 100 citizens of Nigeria coming down with glaucoma. But most people, we see it as something that is so negligible. Excuse me. Something that's not so important. But many people are coming down with this problem. That's why we advise people that on daily basis or sometimes occasionally, just try to close one eye and try looking through the second eye. That's when you'll be able to see. There are some people that have developed glaucoma, but they never knew they are having problem. Until something happened, maybe somebody was playing with them and accidentally just cover one eye. They will see that, they will not know that they have lost one eye. But that is why we have to check our eye occasionally. Occlude one at a time, check the other to see if the other one is functioning. But many people have glaucoma, but they don't know. God will help us. The way we can diagnose glaucoma, through history taking, by the time the person comes and start telling you what he or she is feeling, you'll be able to detect that maybe deduce from those words that maybe she's having glaucoma. Visual acuity. All of us, most people, especially busy executives like us here, we have time for everything, but we don't have time for our health. It's very good at least once in 6 months to subject ourselves to thorough checkup And normally, when we talk of thorough checkup, people say, okay, let me just go. Sugar, BP, cholesterol, that is checkup. No. There are some other checkups that are more of utmost importance than those three you mentioned. But most of us, we care less. What we care most is about cholesterol, BP. All these things, they are, as soon as you have them, you can place you on treatment and you'll be living your life with them. You'll be living with them. Even the most dreaded HIV, we have people that have been living with them over 30 years and they are doing fine on drugs. So let's subject ourselves to check so that they will know what is wrong with us. Glaucoma, if it is hereditary, it cannot stop on our own generation alone. It's something we can pass to our generation, children and children's children. That is why it's of utmost importance to the World Health Organization, and that is why they said we should advocate, people should subject themselves to this test so that it can help them. When we talk about signs and symptoms of glaucoma, we say signs and symptoms are usually not good to diagnose glaucoma. Why? Because they appear very late and they are associated with end-stage glaucoma. By the time you are waiting to see signs and symptoms in glaucoma, you are already blind. So don't wait for signs and symptoms before you diagnose glaucoma. If you know you have a father or a grandfather that had eye issue and lost his sight before he died, you are a candidate. If you have a mother that has such problem, you are a candidate. If you discover all of a sudden when you are looking at something, you start seeing halo, something like a rainbow forming around the light you are looking at, subject yourself to test. But if you really want to wait for the signs, it is associated with end-stage glaucoma. And anybody that comes with end-stage glaucoma, the person is considered medically blind. There are some people that walk around and they are still driving, but when they ask them to come and take clearance for driver's license, they right there, they are blind. Some of them go, I have to know, I'm driving. She become one motor, how can you say I'm driving? There's a scale they use to measure blindness. If you are the type that see counting figure or you are able to see only 660, though you are able to read from something from the chart, but you are considered blind because there's a scale they use to measure visual acuity. Glaucoma is a kind of disease that will not show on time that you have problem. There's something we call peripheral vision. Our peripheral vision extends to 180 degrees. Each person has peripheral vision.